Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Still me, your boy, the data boy. We'll be taking merging and joining. In this class I'll be teaching you ways on which you can join data frames together, and the types of joins we'll be using, like the ways. There are four, okay, there are five, but I'll be taking on everything. We're going on ways we can do it, and the syntaxes we can use to join data frames together. I'll be taking you on all of them. Stay tuned, stay blessed. Let's go on with what we have. I'll be showing you in the pictorial representation of the types of join we can have. As you can see here, we have the inner join. The inner join, this joins two data frames together, where it returns it returns returns the data that are common to both data frames. It just returns the rows that are common to both data frames, not all of them, only the common ones that are common to both data frames, as you can hear. The left join returns everything on the left data frame, and then the part on the right data frame that is common to the left. As you can see, it returns everything on the left data frame, and then the part that's common on the right data frame to the left. And then right join returns everything on the right, and then the part that is common to the right data frame on the left. Do you get me? And then outer join returns everything. There's also one more type of join. It's called the cross join, whereby everything on the left will be mapped to everything on the right. That means each row on the left will be mapped to every row on the right. So I guess the oral explanation might not be enough. Let's go to our practical explanation. As you can see, we have the merge. Now I'll be creating data frames. I'll be creating two data frames. We have our data 1, right? We'll create our, sorry about this. We'll create our dictionary, the dictionary representation, and then I'll use it to create two data. Like I taught you in the web scraping class, how to create data frames, how to change your data to data frame. That's literally what we'll be applying here, and it's something I've taught you before, so it's not a hard thing. So this is what we'll be doing now. We'll be creating an employee's data frame. Alright, so the first thing first we'll have to do is to state our employee's ID, employee ID. Right, then we'll create the list 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? So here we'll create our employee. What do we do next? Our employee name, that's the next column. Our employee name, so signify it by writing names. Right, then list of names, let's say Fortune, right? So Fortune, right? Then here Samuel. Alright, here would be Paul, and here would be Martins. Alright, and then we'll use our department ID. The next column will be our department ID. So 101, let's use 101. Alright, 102, 103, and then 104. And then we'll convert this to data frame, like the way I taught you the other time. So converting this to data frame will make you simplify. You have to use let's assign it to our variable called the data frame 1. Then we have to convert it to data frame by using the pd dot the data frame pd.data frame. All right, so this is it. What should we convert the data one? Then we have called it. Then let's go. So pd is not. I did not remember. As usual, we have to import our pandas as pd. Shift enter. Now let's rerun this. Data one is not defined. Holy biggest mistake. All right. So we have our data frame now. This is our first data frame. Now, what we'll be doing next is our second data frame. I'll be creating our second data frame, which we'll just have to copy this and format it, edit it. All right, changing this to data 2. Now we have to create columns, in the sense that we will have common columns and then uncommon columns. So let's say employee ID should not be common. Let's replace this with department name. Department names. So tell me departments we can have sales department, okay, marketing department, and then we have the human resource, HR, and then we have IT. So I'm just creating all this. Now we have 4 departments. Now this column is not in the first data frame, as you can see. Now we have to make 2 of these the same thing, so that if we want to test our the inner join. So let's change this to David and Daniel. David. All right, change this Martins to Daniel. Assigning should be our data frame 2, data 2. So changing this to 2. So this is our second data frame, as you can see. Now, what do you see? What are the differences? As you can see now, first data frame, you have the employee ID, the name and department ID. Differences and similarity. The similarity here is that on the second data frame, we have names and department ID. Sorry about this. I have to change this department ID, as they are not the same. So 106 and 107. They are different people. Okay. Now you can see similarities. Fortune, Samuel, similar on both. And then we have David and Daniel, not similar on both, because they do not have department names on the first data frame, and on the second data frame there is no employee ID, as you can see. So now we'll be testing the syntax we use to join data frames is the merge. We use the merge syntax, as you can see. Let's use the merge. df1.merge, df1.merge. All right, df2. So automatically, using the merge syntax without stating the type of join you want to use, automatically does an inner join. As you can see, let's check out the properties. As you can see here, it automatically does an inner join. This is an inner join. See, merge how, and then on signifies that we have to state the column we want to join on. Very easy, very simple. So let's see. As you can see, it returned, like I explained, it returned only the parts that are common to both data frames, Fortune and Samuel. There is no David and Daniel in the first, and there is no Paul and Martins in the second. It returns only, and it returns every column that they are on in both data frames, joining the left and the right. Employee ID is on the left, and we have department names on the right. Everything common. As you can see, returned it. And then if we want to state the type of join we want to use, we can just come in, same thing, but now we have to use the on syntax. How syntax. So with the how syntax, right inner, literally returning the same thing. As you can see, easy. This is an inner join, returned the same thing, no difference. As you can see, very easy and very simple, returning those that are just common, the only common ones. And we can also copy this. If we want to join on a specific column, stating that yes, this column is what we are joining on, we can just come here and write on. So what column do you want to join on? The names. Boom. What does it show? Department ID. Since we are joining on names, right? Yes. Now, what does this X mean? It has split the join into two different parts, stating the left and the right. Okay. Now, on the right hand side, we have the department ID, which is common to both of them. Now, this is the department ID of the right hand of the second data frame, and this is the department ID of the first data frame, stating it significantly. It has shown you that yes, aside the fact that names are the names column is common, the department ID is as well common. Then we have to show you specifically splitting it. Simple. We'll be using another form or join, which is the outer. The outer literally joins everything together, both the common and the non. This is we wrote the same thing. Let's change this to outer. Alright, this joins everything together. As you can see, David, Daniel, Fortune, Martins, for everything, both the common and non-common. And you can see David and Daniel, they do not have, it's arranged it alphabetically. David and Daniel do not have NEN, they do not have employee ID. That's why you have the null values here. And then Martins and Paul do not have the department names. That's why you have the null value here. So regardless of the fact that they are being joined together, both the common and uncommon, it states that some of them do not have values in some columns. So that's why it stated it. And then we have another type of join, which is we can also state what we want to join on names if you feel like. So splitting it shows you that on the left hand side, David and Daniel does not have the department ID. As you can see, split it, and you can see Martins and Paul do not have department ID. Paul and Samuel, do not have department. Martins and Paul, do not have department ID. Very easy. Martins and Paul do not have department names. Then on the right, there's no Martins and Paul. As you can see, it is not common on the right hand side. Since it's not common, it returns this null value. And here, Daniel and David is not common on the left hand, which the employee ID also, they do not have it on the left hand, returning null values of the department ID on the left hand. So it's a very easy syntax. Let's return back to our, I just showed you that we can join on specific columns. And then another type is the left join. The left join. Let's copy it here, paste it. The left. What does the left join do? The left join, like I said, returns everything on the left, and then every similar thing on the right. As you can see, returns everything on the left, and then every similar thing on the right. Then every other value gives you null. So you will not see values here, because on the right hand side, department names, Paul and Martin do not have them. Do you get? So that's it. So you will not see the right hand data frame. You will not see David and Daniel, no, because they're on the right hand data frame and they do not have any similarity on the left. They do not have employee ID. So he is returning the left first, then similarities on the right, then giving null value to those that are not similar. Paul and Martin do not have values under department names. That's why you see it has the null value there. Let's copy this. Let's take the last, okay, not the last. Let's take the other one I told you about, the right. So the right literally returns, okay, that's error. The right returns everything on the right. As you can see, names, department ID, department names. these are the right data frame, and then on the left returns those that are common only, and then gives null value to those that are not common. Null values, David and Daniel do not have employee ID, that's why you have the null values here. And they have employee, Fortune and Samuel have employee IDs, as you can see given here. It returns the right data frame, and then those that are common on the left. And then the final one I taught you about is the cross join. That is a beautiful one. The cross join, like I said, every row on the first data frame will be assigned to, each row on the first data frame will be assigned to every row on the second data frame. Let's run this. As you can see, Fortune being assigned to Fortune. As you can see, it stated it. Department ID X, this does automatic. This does automatic split. Although you have department ID on both data frames, but still it shows that here is the X and here is the Y. And then this Fortune will be assigned to sales. As you can see, every row on the left will be assigned to each row on the left will be assigned to every row on the right. This Fortune assigned to this row, still the same Fortune assigned to the second row, same Fortune assigned to the third row, same Fortune assigned to the fourth row. First Samuel, the same Samuel, that is the second row on the first data frame assigned to the first row on the second data frame. Second row on the first data frame assigned to the second row on the second data frame. Second row on the first data frame assigned to the third row on the second data frame. Second row on the first data frame assigned to the fourth row on the second data frame. So that's how it is. It's like a multiplication. Like, let's say you want to multiply x plus y by by a plus b, right? In the brackets you have x plus y. X will be multiplied by a added to x being multiplied by b. Then you come back again, y multiplied by a, and then you add it to y multiplied by b. So it's a cross join. It's like a multiplication thing. And then we'll be moving on to the other type of join, which the other way to join data frames, which is the join syntax itself. So the F1, dot join. Now we cannot just write join, it will throw an error. We need to specify suffixes. As you can see, this will throw an error. We need to, can you see, columns overlap but no suffix specified. So we need to specify suffixes. Why? Because the join is an automatic syntax that splits it into left and right, regardless of the fact that some columns are the same. Some columns are similar in both data frames, but then you need to specify which is left and which is right. That's just what they say. They said, let's shift and tab it. As you can see, you need on how the left suffix and the right suffix must be stated. Do you get me? So let's go on this